Yo, hello. I'm Peter Robot, and I'm trying something new today. I'm gonna do a track from scratch, going for like minimal house, deep tech house vibe. Gonna see how it goes. Yeah, let's go ahead and get this motherfucker started. Okay, so I'm gonna start with a kick drum. Let's go through here. I actually kind of already know which one I'm gonna pick. Let's get down here. Grab this guy right here. Yeah, it's got a little bit. Ooh. I'm gonna pop the tempo up to 127. I'm gonna pop the swing up to 35. Okay, cool. So that bass, it's pretty punchy. I think I might even dampen it a little bit, maybe put like a little filter on here. We'll just keep that for now and see where we want to go with it. Let's move over to bass. So we're gonna go to massive and we're gonna load Model D. Boosh. And we're gonna modify it a little bit. Starting out, you can hear a little delay on there. Take that puppy off right there. And then I'm just gonna pull the cutoff down a fair amount. Anyway, so that's a... Whenever I jam on the machine before setting a key, it always sounds like the Super Mario theme. So that said, let's go into a minor key here. And, you know, I'm always working in C, so let's work in a different key. Let's go down to F. F minor is what we'll work in today. Let's start with that. It's kind of how I jam, is I just start hitting shit, you know, and it's like, oh, that sounds okay. And then I stick with it and then I adjust stuff afterwards to... Okay, I think we can stick with that. Just cut this down to 2. So then another thing I'm going to do right here is I always mix while I go, but you can hear the bass and the kick kind of competing. So I'm just going to pop a side chain on the bass to the kick. We're going to grab a compressor right there. Boop. And then we're going to do the input source as kick drum. And I feel like that bass is hiding behind the kick now a little bit too much. So I'm gonna adjust the compressor a little bit to get a better sound out of it. There we go. Okay, cool. So yeah, I just pulled the amount of compression down so that it takes the values that it creates at the time that the kick hits, and it just decreases the amount of the valleys. So you're hearing a little bit of that dip come back out, and so you can hear a little bit more of the bass. Anyway, that's kind of a sick start. So fuck it, let's go ahead and put some synth in now. I'm gonna start with a Maschine, the device, a synthesizer, and then I'm probably going to wind up doing a hybrid of synth and samples. That's how I've been doing a lot of my minimal house lately, just because I like the depth that creates. Anyway, so a good direction to go is retro machines, because this first guy right here, 700 distorted lead, is just like a good, like, that usually does need a little bit of modification. Let's go up a couple octaves. There we go. So let's just fuck around and see what we get. So let's try that again. Okay. So I'm gonna screw around with the timing on some of those. I'm just popping over into the computer here for a minute. There we go. And then I'm gonna do that to the last one too. I like that. Okay, that works. So then maybe let's get a little bit of filter motion going in the synthesizer. So let's maybe just start with affecting the cutoff a little bit. Maybe do like a little cutoff automation. Okay. So maybe that's better. That's not so bad. Okay, so then another thing I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put a different sequence of effects on some of the chords and then a separate sequence of effects on the other chords. And so let's go ahead and use Native Instruments reverb. I think that's ROM, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, listen to that. That's a fat reverb. All right, let's see it. Hear that. That sounds. So that's obviously way too fucking much reverb. I think I'm gonna automate this one too. Okay, so that's a decent little automation sequence right there. And I think I want to go ahead and move all these up an octave. Let's try that out. Maybe one of them I'll do. Ooh, I kind of like that actually. Maybe let's see how that sounds. Maybe take a little bit. Anyway, so I feel like I'm kind of spending a lot of time on this synth, and let's get some tops in here. Actually, I want to add some more synth elements first. So let's go ahead. Let's move over to samples. Let's do that. Let's move to samples. So in order to do that, I have opened up a new group in Maschine, and I'm going to go back into my user section. So I'm going to go to stabs, chords, and hits, and then. So yeah, let's cruise around in these. You can always adjust the key later. I really like that sound, so I'm gonna put that one in. Let's see. This will be nice to have for like, just like a little choppy bit. And why not? Just something weird. And then. Ooh, yeah, I like that too. Sure. Fuck it. Nah. Sure. Okay, now I've got 8. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get these all in key, because obviously they're going to sound bad if I don't. Oh yeah, and another thing also when I'm working with samples that I almost always do is change it from 1 shot to ADSR. So that way it doesn't ring out the entire length every time you touch the key, because you're going to want some of them to be shorter and some of them to be longer. So, so let's do that. All of these. I think I'm just going to use that first part because it has a lot of space after it. Okay, and now I want to get these in key. So this is a G minor, and we're playing in F minor, so we're going to come down 2 half steps, and then I think that sounds better. Okay, let's just riff around on these a little bit and see what happens. So I like that. I'm gonna just put that in for a bit and see. Okay. So 40 minutes in, I got 20 minutes left to write a song, but we're getting there. It's starting to sound kind of cool. Like that. So I'm gonna write that in, I think. There we go. It's just anyway, so that's, I don't know, that's a pretty strong, like, little synth chord line. I mean, maybe I would come back later and change some more stuff, but I'm pretty happy with that right now. So let's get some tops in here. I like that. There we go. We're going with that. We're going with that, guys. Everybody, calm down. We're going with that. Honestly, I'm choosing way more hi-hats than I need to right now. I'm just being like overtly picky. So yeah, let's move on to a clap. For minimal house, though, I want something that is really abrupt and kind of high. So we'll start with that. And then let's do some snares for some 16th note offbeats. Ooh, I like that. Man, I like so many things. All right. Here we go. This one too. This is a good snare. Okay, so that's a good... let's go ahead and solo. Okay. So let's hear how that sounds with everything else. Okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and take half of those snare hits out because it didn't need that many. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go back into that kick and take the filter off. Let's just solo it and solo just to hear the difference without everything. So then without the filter. But now let's hear it with everything. All right, so that's coming along. Like, that's pretty cool, man. I guess another thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a couple patterns. So I'm gonna make one first with just the kick and just the offbeat 8th note hi-hat. And then we'll do one with just those things and the clap. Actually, in the clap and that little snare. How about that? Alright, so that sounded pretty cool. Yeah, then another thing I'm going to do with the drums is put in a top loop. Okay, so let's go back to my user bank. Let's try that on for size and just see how it feels. So I'm gonna also go ahead and go into sampling with this, and I'm going to stretch it to fit the speed that we're working with. Stretch it from 130 to 127. So just apply. Okay, and then we're gonna change this to ADS-R2. Let's go ahead and need to put the compressor on that. Gonna go back into this one. Copy, paste. Okay. Kind of like that. We might actually keep that. I think that's a good one. It just fits nice. So let's hear everything going on. Let's hear the whole world. Okay, I'm done with that. It's groovy enough. So I think I want to maybe do some vocals now. Let's do that. But the song's kind of coming along. Let's just kind of hear a little progression here. Yeah, okay. Cool. So yeah, vocals. That's our next adventure. Okay, let's go ahead, go into my user bank and start to do some hunting, some vocal hunting. Let's jump into December 2022 and just kind of see what we got. I mean, maybe we can work with that. Let's give it a shot. So I'm going to start by slicing it. Okay, so let's... Yeah, okay, cool. That's not bad. I accidentally did a little bit of work on the vocals without recording, but let's just... So I just added in a couple clips. So I'm gonna look for like one more vocal, probably from the same pack, to keep the same vibe. There we go. That could be good. Okay, that's good enough. Yeah, okay, so we'll do that, and then I'll just extend those chops on the computer. Yeah, okay, arrangement. Let's just, let's get a fill. So let's see what we got here. So I'm gonna take this and I'm going to reverse it. Boop. So I've got a fill loaded in. Just like a impact white noise that I reversed. But then I want to put a shaper on it. Basically, I'm going to use a filter to shape it in like 1/16 notes. So I'm going to change it to LFO sync. I'm going to change the speed to 16ths. Then I'm going to bring the shape up pretty high. And then I'm bringing the cutoff down lower. And I have to change the modulation amount to 100%. And you get that. So that'll be good for a breakdown. It's just any white noise filler. And then I just put my own little blip on it. So it'll sound a little better than just straight up white noise. And then, yeah, let's do a little bit of arrangement. Let's start from the beginning. Let's see what we got here. Okay, cool. So I want to just do the first 3 parts and then do like a little drop and then drop into the vocals. So let's go. All right, so that is way too loud, so I'm just gonna bring it down a fair amount in the mixer. And then I wanna put in some of the vocals into this little breakdown spot that we have. So I'm gonna do that, just boopity boopity bop bop. Okay, here we go. Okay. And then the last thing I want to do before I wrap this up is do one more verse section where I take the vocals out and I put in like a ride cymbal, you know, just for a little bit of arrangement. I like that right there. Yeah, that's right. Okay, cool. And then I'm going to turn that down a little bit because it's too loud. Cool. All right. I think that's a good time to wrap it up. Let's play this whole song. And yeah, you know, I hope this was dope and informative to watch and you learned a little bit of shit. Yeah, I'm probably going to come back and do more videos like this because I think I like it a little bit more than all the writing. It gets a little bit tiring and time consuming. So yeah, let's play this whole track.